The Tech Disruptors podcast is brought to you by the Average Dad Tech Store. Get all of your latest and greatest tech at averagedadofficial.com. And Stellar Data Recovery. Recover your lost data with ease at stellarinfo.com.
My left video just went viral.
I'ma strike back and take your whole empire. Spontaneous combustion. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. My name is Darren, and my lovely co-host is named
Jason.
And we are joined by one of our two guests today, the man, the myth, the legend from Mobile Syrup here in Canada, in Toronto, I believe. Maybe I got that
Toronto.
right. In Toronto, the man. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hi guys, I'm Dean Daly. I'm with Mobile Syrup.
Okay, now we are going to talk all about Dean and what he does in just a few seconds. Jason, question.
We have to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day today.
Thank you. You actually took the words out of my mouth.
Okay, I didn't know. We didn't talk about it. So.
Yes, it is Mother's Day. If you saw our tweets, we were mentioning you to bring your mum along if you're watching at home. I don't know how appropriate 99% of the stuff coming out of my mouth will be. So maybe earmuffs might be in order a few points in the show. But for those of you who don't know who we are the Tech Disruptors. So we are a weekly show that talks everything about tech, new product releases, crazy AI, robotics, you name it, we're here. And today, just like every other week, it's been a big week in tech. Some really interesting stories coming out this week as we head into midway through May, Mad May, and into awesome April. We're heading in there. Did I say that right? No, sorry. I totally got that wrong. Man, I had that still locked in there. Damn it.
I wasn't going to correct you, but hey.
Into jumping June. Sorry, I'm going with my adjectives. That's what happens.
I'll tell you, May is crazy for mobile tech. Like
Yes.
May is,
Not-
it used to be
not-
Techtober.
Yeah, I was telling my mom today, I was like, I'm not going to make it for Mother's Day because I'm a little busy with all this stuff.
We dragged him away from Mother's Day celebrations to join us here. That's how special Dean is, all right? We made sure this was going to happen. So anyway, we'll jump in and we'll talk with you first, Dean. So Dean, you are from Mobile Syrup, which is a Canadian publication. Now, tell us, first of all, what we always tend to ask these creators like yourself is, how did you get involved in the crazy world of tech? What brought you into this world, buddy?
When I was a kid, like when I was like in my teens, I used to work at Best Buy. I
Right.
loved it, and I was there for about 5 years. And I like to write, so I was like, I know tech from Best Buy, and I like to write as well. So how do I monetize my writing? And I thought, oh, you know what? Like I know of Mobile Syrup because I was into tech, so I decided I wanted to work there. So then I just went to school for journalism, applied for an internship, and got the job. And 8 years later, I'm still here.
Right.
Wow.
So when you were at Best Buy, can I ask you what department you were in?
I was like ops. So ops is just like customer service, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got to see a lot of different stuff, and I would try to sneak over to where the games are and help out sometimes, and try to sneak out to the mobile section because secret. My parents work for Bell, so I've always had like new phones as well growing up. So yeah.
So okay, so was there a device, a product that when you saw it in the last like 10 years or 10 years working at Best Buy that you went, there's something special here? Was there one that inspired you? Like you can't get out of your mind.
Well, before he answers, we already know the answer. It's got to be the iPhone. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I thought of a different phone. Actually, as soon as you say that, my mind goes straight to the HTC One M7.
Nice.
There you go.
You say
I just
M7?
loved that phone. Yeah, the
M7.
M7.
Oh my God, that was a great phone.
Yeah.
I just loved that phone. It made my life. after that, I really started getting into like the specs of phones and just knowing everything about them and what they had to offer. I actually never had an iPhone and like growing up at
There
all.
you
I
go.
was no iPhones, no BlackBerry products either. I went
Wow.
straight into
Wow.
Android.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you still with Android, or have you dabbled into iPhone?
So my job. So
I
I
love
I
this.
don't actually review iPhones at all, but
Okay.
I had to work with Apple, and at one point
Yeah.
Apple was like, "Oh, you should try out the newest iPhone." I think at the time it was the 13 Pro
Yeah.
Max. So it's been 3 years now. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. And then I got sucked into that ecosystem, and it's hard to get out. But this year in January, I was like, you know what? I don't even review iPhones. I review Android phones. So I'm gonna move away from it. So I haven't touched. I I'll bring an iPhone to take pictures sometimes if I'm doing like product capture. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I've just been on Android, PC, or Chromebooks. Nothing else. No.
Well, hold on. So you use the iPhone to capture product. Is that because of you may edit on a Mac,
No.
or the cameras are that good?
I just like the cameras, I guess.
Okay, fair.
Like,
hey, fair enough.
because I'm always switching phones. I'm
Right.
like, okay, I know that if I just bring my iPhone, I have something reliable with me.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, something you can trust to take a good photo, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm too lazy to bring my DSLR nowadays. It's just like, the
Yeah.
iPhone's good enough.
Now, you know what's funny? The reason that Dean is able to change phones so regularly is because we don't have to put up with that eSIM bullshit. So,
Oh my God. That is
SIM
the
card,
worst thing in the world. No, eSIM is great, but you should have both.
yes.
Apple's going to tell you, oh, we can have bigger battery now, or more ingress support, less water, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Dean, for me, I have a small YouTube channel. I do this tech podcast with Darren. I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max. But I usually use Android, but I like to have both to see. But I was telling Darren the other day that so I had a Nothing 3A Pro. I just sold that.
Yep.
But it's a hell of a phone.
there,
Yeah. Yeah. But I have the S25, and Darren is kind of mad at me, but I do have the Vivo X200 Ultra.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the problem. It's the Chinese version, so it's got some limitations, obviously. Yeah. But I told him, I go, I haven't touched the iPhone. So we recently had a kid, another baby, in February.
Congrats.
So I've been off. Thank you. For about 3 or 4 months. In the 3 months or 4 months I've been off, I've turned that on twice just for updates.
Yeah.
The iPhone. That's it. Like I don't have a MacBook. I don't have an iPad. I don't have an Apple Watch. So, but I want to keep my one foot in the pool of Apple to know what they're doing.
For sure.
Because to me, there's nothing wrong with Apple or Android. It's what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't miss being on iPhone at all, really. I mean, for a while, I was like, iMessage, I need to talk to my friends. Everyone is using iMessage. But since RCS is really just everywhere now, that since Apple adopted it, it's been like not even a thing I even think about anymore. I don't miss being on iPhone at all. It's been nice having like, I can just switch from Android to Android again.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun. So I mean, will I probably get the new iPhone when it comes out? Of course, that's just my job. I have to know what it offers.
Yeah, that's your job. Right.
That's right.
But I've actually been my daily driver recently has been the S25 Plus. Not even the Ultra, because the Ultra is, I don't know. I've just been using the Plus. The Plus feels like it's a phone that people should get.
Yes.
Whereas the Ultra is like, let's jam all the specs into one phone.
I don't. Exactly. I agree with you 100%. But the problem with iPhone is there are some parents, Darren, that kind of like buy their kids these iPhones and then never.
So my son, he's 12. He's going on his very first school trip away from home, like tomorrow. So he leaves tomorrow for 3 days, going to Ottawa with his school. And he's been rocking my old iPhone 6 Plus for the better part of 2 years.
It still works.
It's still works.
What's the battery health? 8%?
88%.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, So he's like, look, my wife's like, look, is he going to be able to make a phone call to us? And I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, so I went on Amazon yesterday and I bought him a refurbished iPhone 12, 64 gig blue on Amazon. Now, I've been reading all these horror stories as you do on Amazon refurb. You don't know what you're going to get. But so this thing arrives today and I was messaging Jason. I'm like, holy shit, this thing looks brand new. It's got 100% battery and I paid $300 for it.
Canadian?
That's pretty good.
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Holy crap.
yeah.
So I could get that for like $100.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
No, but you gotta remember. So the good thing about Amazon is that you have that return policy, so it doesn't matter.
totally.
And I've bought a couple renewed phones, and I've never had a problem. It's kind of like when you read reviews on anything. There's going to be those.
There's going to be
people are going to have bad experiences, but it doesn't mean every single device is going to be bad. But
I live on Amazon, so I get it.
Yeah,
you take a risk, but
absolutely.
But my question to Darren is why iPhone? You said iMessage and FaceTime, but you have Google Meet and RCS now on Android. So you get your whole family on Android. No, come on now.
I'll explain how it's going. So my wife is hardcore iPhone person. That's all she knows. Like the thought of an Android phone. I tried to give her a Pixel 9a. I tried to give her a Pixel 9 Pro. Nah, she's not interested.
Wow.
So my son started with an iPhone. That was the first phone he got. It was my old iPhone 6 Plus. And I think that's all he knows now. Now, will that be the same forever? I don't know, because my wife has been complaining a lot more about her phone's camera. She has a 15 Pro.
And she complains about the camera?
All the time. She hates the photos that come out of the 15 Pro.
Vivo X200 Pro.
Yeah, that's what
That's the best camera I've ever seen. The Vivo 200, that camera is amazing, man.
Me and Darren are huge Vivo fans. Remember the X300 Pro? I think me and Darren, I bought it and we kind of talked and I got him linked on that. Yeah. And that's why I bought the Ultra. I knew it was going to have Chinese software, but I knew the camera science, the color science, the post-processing was going to be, and it does not disappoint.
Well, I mean, for those of you who know our show, the X100 Pro was my phone of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've both had the X200 Pro.
I think I labeled it 2024. I think I labeled it phone of the year at the beginning of 2024. Yeah. Like it was that good.
Yeah. Okay.
So the X200 Pro is also an amazing phone, but I think you and I, Jason, have been enticed by these, Xiaomi 15 Ultras and, Ultra phones, we'll say.
Dean, did you see our thumbnail on YouTube?
No, I didn't.
You didn't have to. So basically, every phone company, Vivo, Nubia, CMF now, they're all doing these photography kits with these huge lenses. Well, not huge. I mean, CMF has little screw-on ones. But I don't understand the point. I mean, we're going off topic here, but either way, most of these Chinese companies are being very photography focused. So much so that now Samsung's talking about working on a photography kit. So
about the Chinese phones, though, I used to be almost exclusively a Huawei reviewer when I started. Huawei was my main brand, and they came out with the coolest thing. I think they were the first with that 5-time periscope camera on the P30. But I always found that their colors was always off from my skin tone. So as a black person, it was always a little lighter, and I was not a fan of it. But then I was with Jonathan Casey last year and he had the 200 Pro, and he took a picture of me, and I was like, "Oh, crap! They figured it out."
Doesn't Google pride themselves with the Pixel with that color science too?
Totally, yeah. I mean, it's across the brand, across the board now. It's pretty good. Google is very good. iPhone is very good. Samsung is catching up now as well. But it looks like even the Chinese manufacturers are getting better at it as well, which is, I mean, it's great for me because I love selfies and pictures of myself.
At least he admits it.
Well, I will say that the Ultra does have a pretty damn good selfie camera. It really does. Yeah. And I think the problem with the Ultra on the Vivo side is that they really only upgraded the wide angle. They used the same. Yeah. They took the main camera, which is a 50 megapixel, I don't know, IS. It's a Sony 718 or 818, and they use that same one for the wide, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, Well, people don't understand it. I think Ben Sim, we've watched him before.
Yeah.
You don't need a 1-inch sensor. You need good processing.
Processing, yeah.
And Darren has a Xiaomi 15 Ultra, and I had it and then reordered it. I guess my better judgment here. But I want to compare them.
Yeah.
But I just wish here in North America, especially in the U.S., they would allow some of this stuff. Or at least OnePlus would take, hey, Vivo and Oppo. Oppo is more like iPhone. They're very warm. Colors are really warm. I like more cooler colors like Pixel. I just wish OnePlus would do that here in the U.S., at least in North America. And like, hey, let's take that color science, and then they're all the same company, right? Or at least associated.
Totally, yeah. They're, like, I just don't owns them. Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't do that. Bring it to the U.S. That camera would kill iPhone.
I'll be honest with you. I think Dean, we're both at the OnePlus event, but I think if OnePlus just took the Find X8 Ultra and just rebranded it, be exactly the same. Keep all the same hardware, all the same stuff, and just jacked up the price $150. And this is it. This is our Ultra phone. I think
for OnePlus. 100%. The problem in America, though, it cannot be different. In the U.S., it's all about carrier deals. Yeah. So if they don't get in with T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon, they're not going to make it. They can't. That's the biggest problem. These companies have to call AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon and say, "Hey, look, sell this phone, give them this kind of deal." I don't know how it works. I haven't worked for a cell phone company in years, but
I think OnePlus in Canada is in Best Buy. I'm not 100% sure, but so at least there's like, if you're going to get a new phone at Best Buy, you can then get a OnePlus phone. Yeah. But it's so rare. I'm the type of person who walks around the city looking at people's phones. I'm always looking.
Oh, we all do that.
In their hands. Yeah. And I think it was crazy. I actually said it out loud. It was on Thursday. It was on this TTC, and I was like, a BlackBerry? Like someone was rocking a BlackBerry.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
I love it.
But people are not buying these OnePlus.
No.
Well,
we don't see Pixels. Like, I see someone with a Pixel, I'm like, I want to talk to him, but I don't have a Pixel anymore. I'm like, holy crap. Hey, dude. Like, I was telling in our last podcast, like Netflix and I don't know if it's Hulu. A lot of these new shows, everyone's using Pixel phones. So
everyone is using a Pixel. I'm watching it like crazy. I could tell you, like, I was thinking about writing an article about it because it was crazy. I'm like, everyone's using Pixels. Like, what is going on?
Google's spending a lot of money.
Yeah, they're spending the money. In Canada, I've started to see more Pixels around. You see them in like people. When I swipe through Tinder, I'm always like, oh, that person's using a Pixel in their camera selfie. I'm starting to see more Pixels.
I've seen Samsung and Pixel more often. Like even in like I don't know where was that yesterday. I was just walking around and I see people having like the Samsung S24, S23, S25 Plus, not the Ultra.
Yeah.
I even see kids now. I've seen 2 kids at my daughters are both in middle school, and 2 of their friends had the Samsung Fold. Now, I don't know what version of it because they all kind of look the same. But I'm like, why would you give a middle school kid a folding device? And the girl goes, look at my phone. The screen's broken. She opened up and half the screen doesn't even work. I'm like, why do you have this? I would never give a kid a folding phone. Sorry.
I've seen a lot more flips too. I'm definitely seeing a lot more flips. But kids and iPhones, it's cool. I was reading an article about it recently. And some kid was saying, like, or the article was saying that their son or child was getting teased at school for having an Android, so they wanted to have an iPhone. And if you guys know Nick Gray, he's always talking about how he gives his daughters Androids, but they're always like, "Dad, I want the iPhone. I want the iPhone." So like, I think that's what's in right now. I mean, when I was a kid, I really wanted a BlackBerry. I was super like everyone had one. I didn't get one, so I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna be cool and just stick with Android. But like everyone had one of those, right? So I think that's just what's in right now. So Darren, you giving your son an iPhone, I don't blame you. You're making him you're upping his status at school now by giving him a newer iPhone as well. I mean, it's not the new iPhones, but like at least it's better than the 6 he had, right?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. She's jumping 6 generations or however many it is.
Well, I will tell you this. So my whole family, my wife and my kids, my wife's got a Pixel 9 Pro. My youngest daughter has a Nothing Phone 2. And then my oldest has a Lenovo ThinkPhone 1. It had the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. And then my whole my mom, my dad, my brothers, we all use iPhone. My dad's got a OnePlus 13. My mom's got a Pixel 6. But then my wife's family's all iPhone. And they make fun of her. Like, we'll go to family gatherings, like, oh, we can't send you a picture. I'm like, well, now you can. It's RCS. Like, so I think you're right. I think it's the peer pressure, but my kids have never mentioned once, hey, I need to get an iPhone. She had one issue where her one of her friends had an iPhone without service, but just an email address. Okay. So no one can text her unless they have iMessage because it works off the email address.
Yeah.
So she's, I can't text her. I don't have an iPhone. I'm like, well, so, oh well. Tell her parents to give her some service.
No, my family is funny. My family's very, they're all Samsung exclusive.
Nice. Samsung's are good phones.
Yeah, my mom loves all the folds. Like every year, I mean, not every year, but some years I get to give her a fold and she loves it. And then because my brother, who's 10 years younger than me, knows nothing about tech, though. We're very different. And my dad, they're both tech literate. So my mom is like, okay, I want to make sure I know how to help them with their phones. So she made sure that they also had Samsung phones as well. So my family, all Samsung. And like to the crazy point, my mom is like, she wants a Samsung watch. She wants a Samsung headphone. She wants Samsung like.
Oh, she's right.
The washer and dryer, the stove, the fridge. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if I could give her those as review units, she would take them for sure and be very happy. But yeah,
dude, Samsung has come a long way. They used to be the throw everything at the wall, see what sticks, but they have with One UI 7. It's the only complaint I have with the S25 Ultra is the battery life is terrible. Like I get terrible battery life. But besides that, I don't know what it is. Even I don't have always on display. Like right now, it's sitting right next to me and it's blank. But it will. I'll go to sleep at 100% and I'll wake up with 75%.
Yeah, it's the standby time.
It's terrible.
Standby is not great, but I think when I reviewed it, I thought it had like a day and a little over a day and a half, or no.
It's a first world problem. Yeah, it's probably pretty good compared to most phones. But like this Vivo, this 200 has a 6,000 milliamp the silicon battery. Yeah, God, I can't kill this thing. Like I had it on all day, and I think, oh, I'll plug it in. 60 seconds later, your battery's full. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I've had it on all day. What the hell's going on? But Chinese ROMs are synonymous with everything's shut down. There's nothing that auto starts. There's no notifications. So you have to manually go in there and open everything back up too. So
Jason, the question that everyone's going to ask, because they've been watching this and listening to this, is it worth buying if you live in North America?
So in the past, I bought Huawei. And I've bought a multitude of Oppo phones in the past when they were Chinese only. So I learned the workarounds the best I could.
Yeah.
I would say if you're a tech enthusiast, hell yeah, it's worth it for the cameras. But if you're an average consumer, hell no. Because without a global ROM, not being able to use Wear OS, a Samsung watch, Android Auto does work on the Vivo Ultra. But a lot of things are just weird. Like you don't have the Google Now. What do they call it now? The Google Shelf when you slide to the whatever they call it now. So what I do is instead of having the shelf, I disable the Chinese version and I just click on the little G, and it gives you your shelf right there. So you don't have to worry. But there's a lot of things that most people who use Android devices won't like about that. Yeah. So I would say if you're a tech enthusiast and you want the best and you want get Chinese phones, because there's always workarounds for the most of it. But if you're an average consumer and you want your watch to work, your phone, everything to work just like it should, don't even touch it. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Yeah.
So, Dean, what is your favorite device ever? Like going right back to childhood. If you had to pick one piece of tech, what would be your greatest of all time?
I don't know. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
You should have prepped me with that one. I should have
asked
my questions in advance.
Well, Darren, wasn't there a Black Mirror where they had that like the recording where you could record your memories? Like if we had that, we could reverse all of that.
That'd be cool. I don't know. I mean, I used to be the HTC fanboy, so I already said the M7 I liked a lot. I really like the U11 as well. I
Okay.
liked the fact that you could squeeze it, like they had like those
Yes.
squeezable sides, and then you'd
I
be
remember
like to activate like a random feature or to take a picture and stuff like that. I
Didn't
love
Google have that in one of the Pixel devices?
yeah, they
God,
actually
I love
Active
that.
Edge on the Pixel 2 XL, I think that was,
Yeah.
or maybe both twos had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good phone too, actually. So it's probably one of those ones, either HTC or Google Pixel 2 XL, I'd say.
The 2X
I really
is,
love the Pixel Fold though, not
yeah.
the 9 Pro Fold. I mean that phone's great. I just charged it.
Yeah.
But the original Pixel Fold, it never came to Canada. But I just liked that it was such like
It was a
book.
beautiful form factor, man.
Yeah.
I hope they go back to it. I really do.
I do
too.
too, because I like the widescreen, because all media is consumed in widescreen.
Exactly.
And most people who are like, again, I'm not a multitasker usually on a mobile device, but if you're a consumer, you're consuming YouTube, Netflix, everything's a widescreen 16:9. It was a perfect form factor. It really was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, Darren. You complained about that not being available.
I know.
So
Yeah,
I got to
yeah, go
I
ahead.
got to review it, which was pretty nice. Google was like, okay, we got one across the border. Here's this one. And
Yeah.
I got it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I just was like, I don't want to give this back.
Yeah.
Like,
My two
Yeah.
biggest complaints with the Fold original was it didn't fold all the way out, which didn't. I heard
Fully.
about it before I bought it. But I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be. But it actually kind of bothered me a little bit. And the tensor just was overheated all the time, and it was just not powerful enough. But I did love that form factor. Didn't Oppo do a phone like that too at the same time?
So yes, they
N3
did.
or N2? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, one of those, and 2, I think, or 3. Yeah, it was exactly.
I won't even tell you how much I paid. Someone smuggled it across the border for me. I will say a third-party seller. I paid the most I've ever paid for a cell phone, and that includes foldable, like any foldable
Wow.
phone ever, to get my hands on that because I knew it was going to be amazing. The love affair lasted about 3 months. I paid $2,300 to get my hands on it.
I think that's just how much the 7 Fold. I mean, the Fold.
Yeah,
the 6 costs. Yeah, in Canada. That's just how much.
I know. But there's no deals,
Well, I
right?
understand in Canada things cost a little more.
Yeah.
But man, 23. It was a good phone, but I don't think it was worth that.
Well, listen, I thought that might have been the one, the epitome, the one, and that like the one that was going to be the one that stays for longevity. But unfortunately, it wasn't.
I can't speak for you, Darren, but for me, flips and foldables are kind of. I've been kind of on the back burner now until they can get the flagship experience with cameras and everything. Even battery life, I kind of like. I don't have the flip for me is not worth it because you got to flip it always to have more access. And the more you flip, I talk about this all the time. I have a fear that screen's going to break.
Yeah,
I like folding phones better, but they're all like squares. Like the OnePlus Open was an amazing device, but it was a square when you opened it up. I could watch on my regular screen like the same video without the huge, and to me it was like, what's the point? I'm not editing videos on my phone. So for me, folding devices, I know as soon as Apple releases theirs next year, the rumor is they're going to release theirs next year.
Yeah,
it's going to be foldables are going to be the future then.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be popular again.
I'm a sucker for foldables. I'm not really a flip guy. I'm reviewing the Razer Ultra right now, and I'm like, it's just like.
Uh-oh.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. I think I can say that.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
No, the Moto Ultra is like Moto Ultra and Samsung, the Flip series, like they go head to head. Samsung has more clout because they're a bigger name, but Motorola is not. People should not rest on that.
Them out. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I guess I can't say my actual thoughts on it right now, but like I did my hands on it. It's on Mobile Syrup, and I liked it in my hands on. It was fun. I mean, it's a nice device. This is the non-ultra one as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not a flip guy. I'm a fold. I like those bigger phones, and the OnePlus and the 9 Pro Fold, like they're both good. Those are the ones we have in Canada. They're both good. I mean, better than the Fold 6 from Samsung because
Yeah.
that screen is just too thin.
Yeah.
But you're right. I wish like when you did open it up, it was more like it was better. Okay, like it was like watching something better. I want to I'm using it because I'm replacing my I want to do that. I'm replacing my iPad with it, right? So if I'm traveling, I'm like I want to watch something. I don't want to bring my iPad Mini, so I'll bring a foldable phone and just switch to that instead. But then it's not the same experience.
No,
100%. Now, speaking of experiences, can we talk about this really quickly? So tomorrow is the official launch of the S25 Edge, their crazy thin, slim phone.
Now,
And
Darren.
Yes.
Didn't Apple announce a thin? Well, sorry. Didn't rumors say that Apple was going to release a thin phone, and Samsung goes, "Oh crap, we better do something really quick," right?
Yeah, this is a response. This is their response.
Here's my question. Sorry, Darren, I didn't mean to step all over you, but
yeah,
this is part of that May craziness.
Yeah.
Do we really want it? Do you remember when phones got they're all about getting huge, and at first they were really about all being small? Now we found like a sweet spot of we can get big, we get smaller. Do we really want super thin? Because you're going to lose heat, battery. I mean, I don't.
I'll just jump in quickly here. I'll just give you my thoughts, and I'll let Dean speak because I know Dean's got some thoughts here.
I'm a little excited now.
He looks like he does, yeah.
So here is my thing. I think slim phones will come back, and they will be a thing. And it'll be probably because of the battery technology being able to thin the phone down, but give you crazy long battery life.
Well, SoCs are getting smaller too. Now they're at 3 nanometers. Now they're going to be 2 nanometers. Yeah. Sure, yeah.
So I can see a future where maybe not every device coming out of every company is thin, but there'll be like thin versions. This will be kind of like like a way to demonstrate the
like the iPhone when they used to do the S series. This is like the iPhone Ultra or Max.
Yeah.
Here's our S series. My thing is thin means it's going to fall in my hands easier. It's going to be lighter. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. I'm not a big fan, but I don't know until I get my hands on one. Dean?
Well, Dean, what do you think, buddy? He's waiting. He's poised.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for
Good.
it. Honestly,
okay.
I think the idea. I'm obviously very worried about battery life. That's not something I'm super worried about that. But I switched back. I'm used to only reviewing like Ultra and big phones, right? I'm used to that. That's what I'm like. But this year I'm like, let me review the S25 Plus. And then when I reviewed that, I was like, oh, I think I like this phone because it's thinner, it's lighter, it fits in my pocket better. I'm not I don't know. I go back to like these Ultra phones now, and I'm like, this kind of feels like unnecessarily heavy. Like I don't want it to be heavy, right? Like I want my phone to just be something in my pocket or my hand sometimes, and not have to. I don't know. Like I don't want it to be cumbersome.
Yeah,
it's very like first world problems. Very very
for sure.
And I don't know who like really cares about it, but I'm also thinking like I like to play mobile. I like to play games on my phone as well. I'm gonna slip that into a backbone, and it won't make my backbone very heavy either. It's just gonna feel like a normal controller. It won't I don't know.
If you can play mobile games, just get the ROG 9. I'm just kidding.
Which is also very heavy though.
Yeah, it's a heavy phone. So my thing is like the thin phone, like, okay, we have the carbon, silicon, whatever they're called, batteries that make things thinner. They've been out for a year or two probably now.
Yeah.
So Samsung not only releases the S25 without that battery technology, but waits till the S25 Ultra or the Edge, whatever they want to call it, whatever this is going to be called. I don't know. I mean, my fear is that it's going to overheat a lot.
Yeah.
Battery life's going to be short. So do we know for sure if it's going to have a Snapdragon Elite? I don't know.
I believe it does. I believe it does.
It's going to be. And what's Apple going to do? Well, Google and Apple. You saw that. Did you guys watch that video that Google always puts out those when Apple and Google or Pixel and Apple are talking? Have you seen that video yet?
Yes, I have seen that one.
Oh, you got to. If you go on, so Google has an ad campaign where they always talk about there's an Apple and there's a Pixel and an iPhone talking, and it talks about how iPhone is kind of, the new 17 series is going to have that like bar like look like the Pixel does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a video out there where they're like, "Hey, remember when you had Night Sight like 10 years ago, and Apple did it like last year? And then, hey, do you remember when Apple had when Google did Magic Eraser, and then Apple did whatever they did, and then it's just like I don't know, it's kind of funny, but my thing is I don't know if it seems like companies are looking for something like folding. I can get behind. Like I understand the folding and flip. I don't know about thin. I mean, I'm excited to see what they offer, but I don't know if I'm
a sucker for a gimmick. I love gimmicky.
True.
Phones. I just told you I like the Active Edge. That was a gimmick. No one needed it, but it was
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I don't think a slim phone is a gimmick. I just think it's where phones will eventually just be. I think eventually, in
I see what you're
4
saying.
years, phones will just be slimmer.
They won't be called slim phones. They'll just be slim.
Yeah,
okay.
They'll have the same amount. They'll have the same, large screen sizes that we both we love. But then they'll just be slimmer. Except for I just don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if the battery is there yet. I don't know if if it will be too hot, or I just don't know if we're there yet.
Well, the question is, how slim can you get? How slim can you get? Because I know what's the Duo. It was the Oppo. You guys had it where like the USB Type C was like right there. So the question is, do you go what Apple was trying to do years ago, where hey, we're going to portless all together and just do wireless? No, the Chinese brands and Android are doing 50, 80, 90 watt wireless charging. I think that's the way the world's going. Maybe then.
My question is, so I'm just reading this article here. So they're saying that it's going to have a new ceramic Gorilla Glass. And this is at the launch when they announced it back when, and a 200 megapixel camera. How are you fitting that into a fucking?
It's not a 1-inch sensor. It could be a 200 megapixel, but it's not going to be a 1-inch sensor.
Yeah, it's going to be a tiny little fucking thing, isn't it? Yeah, I can just
megapixels aren't always the best. I'll be honest. My biggest thing with cameras is I don't care about the megapixel size, and I want a bigger sensor size, but I want post processing. We all know Google did that for what? 8 years with the Nexus and Pixel line, like they did that. Well. Yeah. So I think it's more like Samsung just fine tuning their process. They're going to put in 200 megapixel because marketing says, "Hey, look what we got. We got a 200 megapixel camera and a very slim phone." There's not going to be any periscope zoom on that, probably, right?
No, I mean,
if you think about the Ultra doesn't have it's 200 megapixel camera. It's it doesn't have periscope zoom either, right? And like from the pictures of the S25 Edge, there's only 2 cameras, right? So they're probably just skipping zoom all. They're probably just skipping zoom.
Okay, hang on a second. I got a little bit of data here. Battery capacity. Jason,
for what?
And deep for the slim S25 slim Edge. Sorry. What
is it going to be? Do we know it's going to be silicon carbon?
It does not say.
Ooh, Dean, what do you think it's going to be? He's more in the know than I am.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to say like 4,500 milliamps. I can't imagine it being much more than that.
Dean?
I mean, I write rumors, right? So I've written rumors that it's less than that.
It is way less than that.
Damn.
It is reported that it will be a 3,800 milliamp battery.
So it has to be the Snapdragon.
Well, I don't know.
That's the most battery efficient chip for Android.
I'm assuming, it is an 8 Elite. You are correct. Sorry, that is correct. Yeah. So it's 8 Elite for Galaxy.
Yeah.
For Galaxy.
For Galaxy. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't remember if, at one point for Galaxy was supposed to be, better, but I thought that...
It's overclocked, right?
Yeah, but I thought, from my understanding of what Qualcomm does now, is that they just overclock them anyways from now on.
Anyways, exactly.
Well, I think for Samsung on the Edge version is going to be underclocked. It's going to have to be. They're going to underclock it just for that.
Yeah, just so it doesn't, burn up in your hand.
Yeah. Well, speaking of May releases, here's another phone. I mean, it won't be here in the U.S. Yeah. Nothing in the U.S. Does it come to Canada?
No. We haven't had a Sony phone in 10 years. Or I used to review them as well. So I'd say it's been, 6 years. since we had a Sony phone.
But
4K screens. Where can you get a 4K screen on a phone? Nowhere.
Well, that's exactly right. But so anyway, it's this has actually just came out today. This is like a fully breaking news like leak. So this is basically what the specs. So some of the information that we know about it. So basically, coming with a brighter display, new ultra wide lens, lots of AI shit. Here
what's funny though. No 1-inch sensors.
No, but a Walkman tuned DAC. Stereo speakers.
Ooh, a DAC. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, they've got all this website's got all of the data, like what's essentially going to be at the launch event. So all of the different screenshots, what you're going to see up on stage. It's a 5,000 milliamp battery.
Or four cycles of updates?
Yeah, only 4 years of 4 major Android updates, 6 years of support.
But speaking of that. The Vivo, I was looking that up. Only 4 years of 4 years of OS updates. Yeah,
interesting. Okay, I mean,
it's a Chinese van though.
At 5, I thought. I could be wrong.
Who was?
I thought Samsung was only at 5. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 7.
No, they're at 7 now. They're at 7 now. Yeah, they matched Pixel because they had to because Google and Samsung are so intertwined.
They're buddies. They're buddies now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're buddies.
Can I just mention here that I haven't seen a marketing video for a Xperia phone in 20 years. But they're like this little screenshot you see on screen here, the high quality sound of Walkman. Are they bringing back the Walkman branding for their?
Well, they do have it. It's called the Walkman. It's not a tape or a Discman or anything. It's just hi-fi FLAC. I think you upload FLAC.
Yeah.
The high res. But like here in the US, God, what's the streaming service that offers FLAC or not FLAC?
Tidal?
Lossless. Tidal. So I was Dean. We talked about. I released a video on my YouTube channel. It didn't do that great, but the Essential phone back from 2019, 2018, they had a pogo pin with a DAC built into it, and I actually got my hands on it. I haven't tried it because I canceled my Tidal account because I wasn't using. Yeah. I have like the planar huge headphones, but I don't know how many people that really impresses. Who actually? I know there's a population that want hi-fi audio, but do people actually have the equipment to listen to it? Okay, so if I have FLAC audio and I'm plugging into my, my Bluetooth headphones, you're not going to get the same quality as you're going to get. I don't know. It's just to me, it's more like a very niche product. I love the option. My other issue with Sony is they're not releasing in North America. It's going to be a badass phone. It's going to be a good phone, but it's going to be like $1,800, and no one's going to be able to afford it.
Yeah, it's going to be another high end.
That's just how much phones cost here. But no, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, I know. Dean knows, and Jason knows. Believe me, in Canada, we pay Canadian tax, man.
It was funny. We both bought the Vivo 200 Pro for me for Canada. He bought a Canadian website. And I got a discount, and I think I paid. God, it was like $799 or $800, brand new sealed. And he was like, I paid like $1,800 or whatever.
It's just crazy.
just the 25 Ultra is $2,000 Canadian. Like just like or 1,900 Canadian, but it starts at that, right? Like there's unfortunately like the 1 terabyte version. That's like $250.
Remember the benefits of living. There's benefits of living in Canada.
It's true,
and you pay more for that.
Yes,
I mean, you can move to the U.S. and we have our benefits too, but they don't always appeal to everybody. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. But.
Yeah, we won't get too political. Now, speaking of Samsung, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I had to read this twice when I saw this article. So they're taking pre-orders for a 500 hertz OLED gaming monitor.
Why?
I
don't
know. But what video card even supports 500 hertz?
I don't know.
The 5090? Does the 5090 support? I don't think it does.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm assuming they probably have some games lined up, right? They must have something. Because why would you release a monitor unless
because it's marketing? Way? Hey, we have the best.
I think it's marketing. It must be, or like, it's future proof. I don't know. I don't know what you would or could play, or if
You
like,
thought that
anything-
was the most exciting thing from Samsung?
Well, I saw that and I was like, oh, okay.
Did you
that's
hear
pretty-
about the Bali, the robot?
what? No.
So I got an email saying, "Hey, we're going to release it this year. Pre-order now." Like you could have not pre-order, like register interest. So we all know Astro is the Amazon Astro.
Yeah.
I have one. It's about 7 years old. It's not very good anymore. But Bali was like a little yellow ball with eyes, and it had a projector built into it. And they're actually going to release it. And I got an email saying, "Hey, sign up for interest. It will be released soon. Type in your address for further information." Now I haven't heard anything. It was probably got the email probably 3 or 4 weeks ago,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard anything since.
And that's how I got Jason's personal details.
Right, because he sent me something saying, "Hey, this robot's going to be." No, Samsung sent it to me.
I saw Samsung had a cool like projector they're doing where it's like a floor projector, and then also
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, Samsung's just like, let's do everything.
Yeah, let's do everything.
Why
We're gonna
not?
Throw
Yeah.
things at you guys, and you guys are gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, it's as long as it's quality products. Who's mad, right? But
Yeah.
this seems crazy. 500 hertz screen.
Well, so they're saying that it might be used for games like Counter-Strike 2 or Valorant, is what they're saying in this article here. Now, maybe, I guess they're going to make... I'm assuming, like, again, I think with a lot of these gaming developers, like, if you have a 500 hertz screen, they can throw that into the software to make that compatible, right? Like, I mean, they can surely make it adaptable if you have it. I mean... I don't know. Again, I don't know what kind of games like you would play on that, but Bali, like just getting back to Jason.
Okay, so
Bali,
I'm going back to this. I just
Yeah.
shared this, Dean. So this is what the US site is showing.
right.
It's got a
that's
projector
cool.
built in. You can see it's got
project
little
what?
anything, a screen.
Oh,
like,
anything. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it says here, get the chance to be the first to meet Bali. Pre-register. So I pre-registered, but I haven't heard anything. It says see you soon.
That's
Huh.
cool.
So it's like
honestly.
Astro. If you know what Astro is from Amazon, it rolls around. It's got a camera. It talks to you. It's got AI. I just don't know. My biggest thing is what's the AI? It doesn't use If it uses Bixby, it's probably not going to be
Yeah.
super smart.
It's probably not going to be Bixby.
There's a video. There is a video here. I just don't know.
I have actually. You know what? I
Oh,
have
it's
it here.
3 seconds long. That is the video.
That is the video. Yeah, it's basically.
Woo!
I actually have it right here. 1 second.
Oh no!
No,
We
I
got-
promise. I promise. This is actually the launch video. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Phew.
What were you afraid of?
Well, he usually shares a video of a movie that I have to block him.
Okay.
What's wrong, Darren? I think I called him out on it.
Oh, did you?
I think I did. What was the movie called?
Short Circuit. Short Circuit.
No, not Short Circuit. What was the other movie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. we have to find
Is it
out.
Max? Not Max and Me. Is that what is it called?
I can't remember.
So there's there's an ongoing thing where he'd be like, "Oh, this great new AI just came out," and he'd share the same clip.
Do you want me to
It's
play
like
it for
an
Dean?
ET ripoff. It's an ET ripoff.
Okay.
You already had it queued up, Darren. You might as well just go ahead and play it.
I'm
'cause
just
you
gonna
know
play. I'm gonna play it for Dean because this is.
here we go.
So Dean, please appreciate what you're about to see here, buddy. Because this
Here's
is gonna
Bali.
change this is Bali, right?
Yeah,
here.
here's Molly.
Change your life.
Oh my god. Poor kid.
Oh, Eric's done for it.
Wait for it.
Oh no.
That was really him too. That wasn't fake person at all.
Oh.
Yeah. Classic movie moment. from
So
the movie
Dean, just
Mac
for reference, a lot of times it was funny. But I would usually just kick him out of the chat at that point,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you're done with the live stream."
okay.
And you know, Darren, when you were going there, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I actually I had Short Circuit queued up.
You were going to run Short
Yeah.
Circuit. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Can we?
Short Circuit was a good movie though.
It was a great movie. It was
Mac and Me or whatever that was not a good movie.
That was an 80s classic, buddy. That was a direct competitor to E.T. Okay?
Dean, have you ever seen that movie before?
No, I have not. I mean, no, not at all. I've seen.
You've heard of Short Circuit, right?
I've not either heard of that.
Oh,
either.
my God.
80s. That's an 80s movie too.
80s movies, yeah.
I know nothing about the 80s. I'm way.
You're
too young.
good. The 80s was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hate for this, but the 80s was pretty bad. Music for me, it's personally music and video. Yeah, anyway.
Dean's got homework now. He has to watch Mac and Me first. Right?
Don't watch Mac and Me.
All right.
I'll let you know how it is. My God.
No, we already know.
Okay, so let's talk about Whoop. So Jason knows I had a little chat with him about this. So Whoop is a fitness wearable minimalist in design and tracks pretty much everything. I've been wearing one for the better part of 2 years. Now, when you pay for when you purchase a Whoop, you don't actually purchase the hardware. The hardware is free. You pay for a subscription, either monthly or yearly. It's about $300 Canadian, $320 Canadian, and that gives you access to essentially 24/7 data. You wear it all the time. It charges on your wrist.
What's the battery life?
About 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 to 10 days, depending on
It's free, the actual hardware.
So the hardware is free. The subscription is not. You pay.
There's no screen, right? No screen, right?
No screen, nothing. It's just tracks everything. Now, so the agreement was if they were to release new hardware, users that have a subscription would get the hardware for free.
Interesting.
Except this year. So Whoop this week came out and released Generation 5.0. And everybody was like, yes, finally. It's been 2 years. We haven't seen an upgrade in a while. And, the Whoop 5.0 is essentially an Apple Watch on steroids. It tracks literally everything in this tiny little wearable that sits on your wrist and is very comfortable to wear. So their promise of a free hardware upgrade kind of fell apart when people went to upgrade this week because when you went to do it on the app was forcing you to renew your membership even if you had months left on your subscription. And they wanted to charge you somewhere between $60 and $80 for the hardware upgrade. So you were getting dinged twice. Again for a new subscription.
Is Whoop Amazon owned?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was curious.
So, yeah. So you were getting dinged for your subscription and dinged for the hardware upgrade. And people were in an uproar this week. And if you took to social media and you were a Whoop user, and there are a lot of us out there, people were like, I'm out. See you later. Back to Apple Watch. There was a lot of that going on right now. So yesterday, Whoop came out and said, hey, we're sorry. We effed up. You don't have to pay for the hardware if you have 12 months left on your subscription.
Bull crap.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
man.
you have 12 months or more left on your subscription.
So I'm looking at the website right I'm looking at the
exactly
website right now.
Yeah.
Here in the U.S., they have 3 choices. One,
That's
peak
correct.
in life.
Yep.
So it looks like
What's the most expensive one was the one
it's
that
$359 a year. It says everything that Whoop, Peak, and Plus offer, plus 14-day battery life, daily blood pressure. It does blood pressure? Is that won't work here in the U.S.? Is that FDA?
No, it is FDA. Yeah.
I didn't know. There's like very little FDA approval in the U.S. for blood pressure because the Samsung watches do blood pressure, but the FDA has not approved it yet here in the U.S.
So Whoop has got full
$359 a year.
I know. That's 800 Canadian.
That's $1 a day. Oh, 800 Canadian, dang.
Almost. It's more than $1. It's like $1.25.
Canadian is $5.29. I think $5.19 Canadian for the year.
$519 Canadian.
Yeah. Dang.
Now let me just say that's for the premium membership. You can go for the.
So can we ask you a question?
Yeah.
It says try Whoop free for 1 month.
Yeah. So you can.
So do they send you a device and let you try it for a month, and is that how they lock you in? Like, oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna keep it.
That's exactly right.
What if you don't like it?
I think you just
send it back.
It's garbage. I don't know. I've never had anyone not.
I think I would have tried it for free for a month and just say I don't like it and see what happens.
You wouldn't get to try the new hardware, I assume, though. Because then
No,
that wouldn't be
that's
free.
the thing. So, I mean, I've been a member for 2 years, and I got there was no deal for me. It was like I've only got 3 months left on my membership. It renews in August.
Interesting.
And-
Hey, listen to this.
Yeah.
If you try it for free, it's the 4.0 device.
So you get
Yeah,
last
exactly.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting what I want. No, what's the point?
what's
Yeah.
the point? Yeah. So I think I might be parting my ways with Whoop, unfortunately. As much as I love it, and it's like very comfortable wearing the wrist. Like you even charge it on your wrist, which is, I know it's a crazy concept.
Oh, that is
But
a crazy concept. How does
yeah.
that work?
So there's a battery pack that sits on top, and you just kind of slide it on.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me see if I can find mine. Hang on one second.
That is pretty cool. It's unfortunate that like they made like such a bad decision.
My thing with Darren, it's like I like
Ready?
to have the watch with the notifications. You know,
So
like there's no screen,
So here is the puck. It's a little tiny.
so it has to be charged, right?
Yeah, it's charged, and then basically you just kind of do this. I don't know if you can see. I can do this live, but you just kind of,
Oh, live.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
and then the light comes on.
And you just fall asleep, and then it charges. Now
And
that
it's
battery
US
charged USB-C
battery-
or what?
It's USB-C and waterproof, so you can wear it in the shower while it's charging.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it like quite literally never comes off your wrist. Like it's always on your wrist.
Is
all
the
the-
health metrics that good? Like, is it better than the Samsung Ultra, the Apple Watch Ultra? I mean, is it that
Oh,
great?
Oh, it is. Listen, and I said to you, I was talking about this before. It is really, really good. And you know where it's good, and I'll tell you where it's the best at. When
Sleep.
Sleep is really good, but more
Good.
importantly, picking up on health metrics where it notices you starting to get sick. So here is the app.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know, it's a bit hard to focus on camera, but at the top there, you've kind of got your sleep score, recovery, and strain.
Interesting.
And then it has a health monitor. So if you go on health monitor, it shows you, oh, I'm hitting my mic, here we go. So it shows you like your current heart rate, sleep percentage, skin temperature, a whole bunch of different things. And to be honest with you, where it picks up, what's crazy about this is when it comes to the skin temperature stuff, it will know when your skin temperature is elevated, and it will say to you, hey, like, this is not normal, or your heart rate's kind of a bit slow, your skin temperature's raised, maybe you're getting sick. And for me, like about 98% of the time, it's been spot on. It will tell me about 2 days in advance. It will say, hey, your metrics are off. Maybe, it could be for this reason, or this reason, but it will pretty accurately detect.
Yeah, and you tell me when you're sick. It seems like as Canadian, you get sick a lot.
Well, I mean, it's cold here like 90% of the time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. So what this seems like to me is give it 2 years and Google or Apple or Samsung will just buy it.
Yeah.
Because this is it's very similar to what just happened with the
Fitbit.
What?
Fitbit.
Well, not Fitbit, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking like the AI pin, right?
Yes.
They
Humane.
crazy expensive, crazy. It didn't make any sense. And then HP was just like, all right, chill, ours.
Hey, Dean.
Uh,
The AI pin made a lot of sense because I pre-ordered that 3 times and canceled it. Thank God I did not actually go through with it. Me and Darren were all about it. I do have the Rabbit R1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
I
very
love that
good.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Really,
Anyways.
I've not heard that it was good.
Oh no, it has they had so many updates. There's an assistant now. You can have it do things for you in the background when it's not even on.
Interesting. Okay, so it's
Crazy.
better now. So now
It's much
time
better
to
now.
look at
It's
it.
still a basic
Alright.
device. You could do anything on your smartphone, but
Yeah.
for
but
$199, I mean, you can't beat that price.
I mean, like
It's true.
the AI pin needed a subscription as well. Right?
Yes.
It needed it was like a $70 US per month subscription, I think, like that.
Yeah.
This sounds like the same, and I guess Pebble got bought and Fitbit got bought, right? So talk about-
Pebble's
I will
coming
say,
back.
though, yeah, it's
No.
coming back in a big
It
way.
is.
Unfortunately, I saw an article the other day that they're getting hit by tariffs now too.
Of course they
Oh,
are.
I mean, everyone is, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I will just say though, with the Whoop, like they've been around for 4 or 5 years, so it's not like they haven't been bought out yet.
Yeah,
So it
but
means-
Apple, Google could benefit from those health metrics. If
Yeah.
they're that good at the health metrics, someone
Yeah.
will assume them. The problem is me and Darren had this conversation off camera. Wear OS, Apple Watch OS, they're really good, but they terrible at battery life.
Yeah.
OnePlus has kind of gotten better with like the dual whatever they have.
Yeah.
And
system, yeah.
like I have the Samsung Watch Ultra on. It does a little better, but and the Pixel Watch 3 is great. I just we have
ever
a
tried
Maze
Huawei watch?
A what?
A Huawei?
Yeah, a Huawei
Oh,
watch.
I have not. I haven't had a Huawei watch since
Yeah.
the P.
Oh,
the
those
P20.
guys last a week, at least a week.
Well,
Yeah,
Amazfit.
great.
Amazfit has watches that last a week. We were having
Yeah.
that conversation too. Yeah.
I think Garmin's watches last.
Garmin's last a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one that I just got in for review. It's by Sunto. It's like a
Yeah.
Finnish-
Sunto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like a solar powered, like has the solar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The only problem is, and I was trying it on the other day, it's a thick boy. It's
I bet it is.
big boy.
So
Like,
my daughter has a Nothing Phone 2, and she's got the Nothing Watch Pro 2,
yes,
the sequel to the first one.
yeah,
And I didn't use it because it didn't support RCS. Like for some reason, it wouldn't give you RCS. And they finally updated. My daughter loves it. Lasts 10 days. It doesn't do. It's not great. It gives her notifications, gives her the time. She's 11 years old. I mean, she doesn't need it.
I don't need anything else. Yeah,
It's amazing. And it's like what, $60?
yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And you could change. She wanted a blue band and you can go online and buy the bezel comes off and you can replace it with a different color and the bands are different colors and
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah.
My last Huawei watch was that Spy one that had the headphones.
Oh, with the
inside.
headphones. Oh my god,
yes.
yeah.
I
Hey,
loved
you know
it.
what, Dean? Years ago, I had a Kickstarter. There was a Kickstarter that had a watch, and the earbuds were in the sides. They clicked in, and you pushed them, and they popped out. Before Huawei, years before Huawei,
Yeah.
and I was actually the smartwatch part of it was kind of like meh, but the earbuds I was actually really impressed with. So you had that where the earbuds is good and the watch was good.
I still think that's a great idea, and I don't know why companies.
I don't know why though. Why would that be a good idea though? Why do you
Because
want that?
we already have charging cases, so make the charging case functional. Make it a watch.
Yeah,
a
but
little
you're going to
bit-
sacrifice something with size.
Not really.
Yeah, it was. I thought the Huawei one was too big.
Yeah.
I like small.
Well,
watches,
yeah.
but I thought that one was definitely too big.
Yeah.
What I think is really cool about the Whoop one, which I think
Yeah.
that other than the metrics that companies should buy, is that the charging.
Is
The
on-
charging.
yeah.
Yeah, like can you
Like-
imagine your Apple Watch just charges?
Yeah,
on
doing
your
that. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it
that'd
would
be
be
sick.
game changing. Yeah.
wrist. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Apple could potentially buy them for that technology. I'm sure there's a patent on that. There's
For
got to be a
sure.
patent on
there
that.
has to be a patent on that. Yeah.
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 So anyway, we're actually at the end of our show. Dean, you're
Wow.
a legend, buddy. I know we've flew
Yes.
through today.
Oh,
But
yeah.
before we go, I just want to kind of bring up one final story. So the Golden Globes are going to be giving away awards for the best podcast of the year, and I'm just going to throw our hat in to the ring and say that the Tech Disruptors podcast should get a Golden Globe nomination.
It should.
We've been
Really
doing
cool.
this for just over a year now.
No, Dean, we've been doing this on X Spaces, right?
Yeah, we
Or
started
Twitter
on it.
Spaces. Twitter Spaces.
Okay. Oh, you're one of those. You're a
We
space-
were audio
okay.
only. That's how me and Darren met. I don't know him
Yeah.
personally. I mean,
No,
I stalk him every day, but I mean, besides that,
Okay, I like it. But anyway, so the Golden Globes are giving out awards for this year for the very first time podcasts. And listen, if anybody of the execs at the Golden Globes are listening, check our shit out. It's actually pretty good. And
It is.
we are available on Spotify, Apple Music, Good Pods, all the places you find amazing
YouTube
podcasts.
Music.
YouTube Music also on there. We're available. Golden Globes, Jason and I will happily go there. We'll dress up in suits. We will accept the award.
Well, tuxedo shirts, of course.
Tuxedo t-shirts. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts too. I don't care what anyone says. But
Maybe if they do like best episode, it could be this episode too.
this
you know?
right here,
Oh,
and
of
we'll bring
course.
Dean, yeah, we'll forward Dean into him coming in. He was like, "It's featuring Dean." I love it. Why not?
I'll be
right?
honest. This is one of the best episodes we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
It really
very
has
nice.
been, Dean, for
Have me
sure.
anytime. This was really fun. I liked it. This is a really good podcast.
Thanks,
Yes.
man. We appreciate
We appreciate
the
that.
nod, man. That's awesome. So listen, Dean, thank you very much for joining us, buddy. You can check out Dean. Mobile Syrup is the publication he's working
Check
for.
our description below. We have
Check
some
out-
info
Yep.
on him. Yep.
all the info there, and
Be
he
out tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
This week a lot of different things are coming out.
That's
this
right.
week at Mobile Syrup, written by me. I mean, I spent a lot of my weekend just working this weekend because
Look at him go.
preparing for all the.
Can I ask a question, Dean? I know we're at the end. Have you had any experience with the CMF phone at all?
I'm so angry. So
Okay, Darren already told me it's not available in Canada, so I was kind of wondering.
I have a review unit. I have
Oh.
a review unit of the CMF Phone 2.
Yes.
Am I honest? Yeah, it's on America. I have a review of the CMF Phone 2. I don't have it yet. I was doing the the Motorola hands-on, and it was in New York, and it got sent to me that week. So I sent it to one of my coworkers so that he could take pictures of it for me.
Yeah.
And we just haven't had a time where we'll see each other and he forgets the phone, or I get to work that
So
day.
wait.
So
I may actually get it before you because mine's supposed to be here tomorrow.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just drive over to this place.
I
right
won't
now
say
and
anything. I
come
won't
out.
say anything.
But yeah, no, that phone. Yeah, I'm excited for it. You know,
Isn't it sad that we're excited about a budget phone?
Budget phone. I don't think there's
crazy.
anything wrong with
It
that.
looks
No, there's
cool.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
does.
It's so cool. I don't know. I'm such a I'm a sucker for these little things. I'm excited for Samsung Slim. I'm excited to see the CMF phone. I was even excited about those nothing phones. Yeah, the Nothing Phone 3A.
Yes.
That's a budget phone too, right? I mean, but it's cool. It's different. I'm tired of getting the same thing, the same phones over and over again. I award companies, or I praise companies who try new things and throw things at the wall.
Remember one thing: if you're an Apple user, you're getting the same experience generally with every iPhone you get. And I've said this before. Maybe Darren doesn't remember, but I'm sure he does. Android's always been be together, but not the same.
Same. Yeah.
You have manufacturers that make different OSs, UIs, and all that stuff. So,
well, listen, Dean, I think that's the perfect way to end our show, buddy.
Yes.
And I appreciate that sentiment, right? Like companies do need to go out there and make, things exciting again. We don't need just one color, black or silver, or two colors. We need some innovation. We need something different. We need some reds. We need some purples, we need some greens in the world. So
we need some reds.
Just like that, right?
Reds.
There you go.
I mean, come on.
Right. So thank you very much, Dean, for joining us today. And we have to have
thank you very
back on
much.
soon, man. We love having you on.
For
You're
sure.
a legend. And we'll make sure everybody checks out what you're doing there for sure.
Thank you.
But on that note, guys, we will catch you guys on the next